In the dark and mysterious land of Transylvania, there was a castle that loomed over the landscape like a great shadow. This was the home of the most fearsome creature on earth, a vampire known as Dracula. Dracula was a monster beyond compare. He had lived for centuries, feasting on the blood of the living and reveling in the power that his immortality gave him. His castle was a place of darkness and horror, and those who ventured inside rarely emerged alive. One dark and stormy night, a group of travelers found themselves lost in the wilderness. As they searched for shelter, they stumbled upon Dracula's castle and were welcomed in by the sinister vampire himself. At first, Dracula was a charming host, but it soon became clear that he had no intention of letting his guests leave. He had grown bored of his solitary existence and was eager for new playthings to feed upon. As the night wore on, the travelers began to disappear one by one. Dracula's powers were too great for them to overcome, and they were no match for his cunning and ruthlessness. One of the travelers, a young woman named Anna, was the only one left. She knew that she had to find a way to escape before it was too late. She crept through the castle, avoiding the traps and obstacles that Dracula had set for her. She could hear Dracula's laughter echoing through the halls as he hunted her down, but she refused to give up. She was determined to survive no matter what. Anna searched for a way out of the castle, but every path seemed to lead to a dead end. She was trapped, with nowhere to run and no way to defend herself against the monster that hunted her. But Anna was not one to give up easily. She continued to search for a way out even as Dracula closed in on her. She found a hidden passage that led deep into the bowels of the castle, and she knew that this was her last chance to escape. As she made her way through the dark and twisting passages, Anna could hear Dracula's footsteps getting closer and closer. She knew that she was running out of time. Finally, Anna emerged from the passage and found herself outside the castle. She made a run for it, but Dracula pursued her relentlessly. She could hear his breath on her neck, feel his cold fingers reaching for her. Anna knew that she had to act quickly. With a fierce determination, she plunged a wooden stake into Dracula's heart, causing him to let out a blood-curdling scream. He disintegrated into a pile of dust, and Anna knew that she had saved herself. But even though Dracula was gone, the memory of him would haunt Anna for the rest of her days. She had faced evil and survived, but the memory of that night would forever be etched in her mind. As she made her way back to civilization, Anna realized that her life would never be the same again. She had been lucky to escape, and she knew that others might not be so fortunate. She made a promise to herself to warn others about the dangers of Transylvania and to spread the word about the terrifying Dracula who lurked within the walls of his castle. From that day forward, she would be a champion of the fight against evil, and her bravery would be an inspiration to all who heard her story.